This show has been produced by umunu.com.
Garcia, Tejano from Robstown, Texas, playing for all you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of the Joe Blow Conspiracy Show. I'm your host, Joe Blow, and I'm gonna say what we're gonna go through. First, I'm gonna go through some things that happened after the previous show. It's pretty funny. We talk about AJ and Dr. Deagle, and then I'm gonna play a phone call I made to Alan Watt. You're gonna like that. And then I'm joined by Maggot, regular co-host. Keep Truth Free, Waldo, who's the owner of CyberSage BitTorrent Tracker, which is spelled CYBERSAGE, is .net. And then also Zervon, who's another fucking Iranian who lives in Sweden. He comes on the show. And what do we talk about? Well, we talk about David Icke. He goes on Alex Jones' show and repeats his blood-drinking, shape-shifting, reptiloid disinfo. And like fucking Alex Jones, man, he actually agrees with them. Fucking pathetic. And then we get a little background history about Alex Jones and some of the people around him. And we do a little preview about the show we're gonna do about Alan Watt. And I got some like good inside info. And like this Alan Watt, he's getting pretty fucking boring. So like this is probably the last time we're gonna talk about him, unless he does something really interesting. And then you know how most conspiracy theorists, they ain't really fucking conspiracy theorists. Rather, they're only into politics. And that's why me and Maggot called them 9/11 niggers. And then Ron Paul, he was a victim of attempted homosexual rape. Good. We got no more news about Leo Zagami's trip to Japan to visit, Benjamin Fulford. And all the recent deaths of celebrities, Michael Jackson, David Carradine, Ed McMahon, and all of them. And then let me tell you what happened. On the last show, I advocated the assassination of Alex Jones, and I made fun of Dr. Deagle. And man, both of them, they got really so fucking pissed, they actually almost talked about it on the, Deagle did, on the show. Man, fucking AJ, man, he prayed the Lord's Prayer, as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. Man, oh man, such fucking acting, man. This is so fucking fake, dude, man. Man, have some fucking shame, dude, man. It's better nobody kills you, because you're better off living your shitty life instead of, that's the worst fucking punishment. But, Dr. Deagle, man, this guy's, as the chanters would say, he's a Lulz cow. Man, this guy, man, he went fucking crazy. He said, I'm gonna send the legal militia, and then, also he's gonna use his supernatural powers, too. and then he kept on calling me Sorsha Falls, of that website whatdoesitmean.com, and but he knew I got the information from Above Top Secrets. He was like, he even threatened ATS. It was really great. Let me tell you, Dr. Deagle, why I did it, because remember that other show I did where all we did was just make a little fun of you, and then you started having to talk shit about Muslims? I had to teach you a fucking lesson. Open your fucking mouth again, I'm gonna do this time worse. And you don't believe me? Go ask fucking Alan Watt and Michael Tessarian, idiot. Okay, now, let's listen to that phone call I made to Alan Watt. You're gonna love it.
So, yeah, they're eating whatever fills them up. Potatoes,
what's cheap? Yeah, what's cheap? But all the stuff that you buy nowadays, if you're buying processed stuff and all the rest of it, contains these oils. The body cannot. It'll store them as fat. It can't reconvert them. And once you're 30 pounds over, you never get it off. And that's from the top guys that tried and tried. This is bioengineering. Absolutely. Right. But there's a break coming, so we're back with more after these messages. Hi folks, this is Alan Watt. We're cutting through the matrix, and we'll go to Joe from the UK, from Britain. Are you there, Joe?
Yes, I am. I'd just like to say that I've been listening to... Hi, I'd just like to tell you that I've been listening to your show for quite a while, and to tell the truth, I absolutely detest it. It is the worst programming on RBN, and I hope they drop your show as soon as possible.
Well, thank you very much for the kind words now, and the same to you. I'll go to Dan from Tennessee. Is Dan there?
Hi, Alan.
Hello. Amazing, I just spent some money here.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, did you make reference?
that was fucking great, man. I pat myself on the back for that. That was so fucking beautiful. I don't think he knew it was me either, too. I don't know, man. That was pretty cool. But yeah, let's go to the discussion right now. I hope y'all enjoy it. Okay.
There's more to that.
Here's Maggot, KTF, Waldo, and Zurvan. Hey Maggot, how you doing?
I'm alright. I haven't had any sleep in like 20 years, it seems like, but yeah, I'm fine as long as I just drop to sleep.
Who gives a shit? Okay, now let's say, KTF, how are you?
I'm still asleep. I slept too long today.
Really? What the fuck are y'all two always talking about fucking sleep? No one gives a shit, okay? Let me explain to the audience. We're now, what do you call it? We're doing experimental radio. In Skype, we have two people who are Zurvan and Waldo. They can't say shit, but they're listening to what we're saying. And if they have something to interject, I'll be reading their statements. And Waldo just said shit. Okay, now
He's an experiment of human being, a failed experiment.
Now we're gonna have, like I said, we're gonna make experiments. No set format. I personally want to make fun of Alex Jones, but so let's start off with that. My personal thing, which I'm very shocked by. Oh, before we start, I should say this isn't a televised episode, obviously. Okay, so no video. Okay, now as we all noticed. We all hate Alex Jones for many good reasons, but most people, they feel sorry for David Icke because they think he's either stupid or because he actually looks like he believes this shit. We got both of them to come on the show, and AJ did something so fucking outrageous, even by fucking AJ standards. He actually agreed with Icke about the reptiloids. Maggot, did you see that fucking show?
Yeah, I know. No, he's clinging on to that. It's the big thing they both agree on. And it's just idiotic.
Man,
it's way.
Man, I mean, okay, whatever. So I mean, there had to be something going on in the background. AJ he needs money lately, and maybe Ike paid him off. Okay, I'll come on your show, give you some money, but you have to say I'm right about the reptiloids, even though you're making fun of me all these years.
Clearly, some agreement in advance.
I know, man, because like that
Clearly.
was so fucking staged. I mean, that's what I want to say.
Yeah, they always.
And this is a dodge. This is a dodge where we're going to talk about the reptilian brain, but no, not shapeshifters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Very subtle. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll drop the word reptilian in there, and then we can start hinting at actual reptilians.
I mean, Jones really hates him. I mean, if he heard some of the previous times that Ike was on, he would rant for days before Ike would come on that I hate this guy and I don't want him to come on, but I'm going to do it because you people are forcing me. And then now it's become, oh, my friend David Ike, and it's all deliberately staged, you can tell. I mean, it's so phony.
Man, Waldo has a statement. He's saying, like, he wants to clarify that they weren't talking about reptiloids, blood-drinking, shape-shifting reptiloids. Rather, they were speaking about the reptilian portion of the brain, which is the same fucking thing to everybody who's listening, man. Basically, anybody who listens to that, like me, we thought, like, oh, shit. AJ, whatever, like, credibility AJ had left, man, he sold it out completely. He has zero credibility now that he agrees with David Icke about the blood-drinking, shape-shifting reptiloids. Man,
Yeah. The whole thing, even about calling it reptilian brain, that was just like a really clumsy way of labeling. It's like it's really got nothing to do with reptiles. It's like your actual sort of like your primal area of the brain. It's closest to the central nervous system, and so it's sort of like your unconscious. It's like swatting a fly or something if you're in hot weather. It's that sort of instinct. So it's really got nothing to do with reptiles. So I think he's just introducing that word, the reptilian brain, is a way of introducing his little shape-shifting mythos.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, man. He basically substantiated what that dickhead David Icke has been saying. But like, what do you call it, man? Like KTF, man. I like it. You agree with me? Like, there's politics, there's money being exchanged for this. Like, this proves like because we're part of the conspiracy community. Those people are part of the TWOOF movement, TWOOF. I mean, they're patriots. PAYTRIOTS. You know what I'm talking about, man?
Yeah, but the point here, Alex, and I want to talk to you directly, we didn't buy it. We saw through it. Don't you see that? We see through all this stuff, and it's not working. You know what I mean?
Ooh, man, you're such forceful voice there, man. He's going to be pretty intimidating.
I mean, Alex doesn't know how to deal with attacks about it's. We're not arguing that he's wrong. We're arguing that he's an ass. You know what I mean? And what's the deal with all these deals? Burmy. Bring up Burmy. I mean, is that as creepy as it gets? Well, what's Burmy bring to the table here?
Oh man, look, man. It seems like I'm the only person who listens to AJ all the time because, like, this ain't the first fucking time he's been like, trying to like reach out to people. What about what he said about Rush Limbaugh lately? He said like, oh, when Rush Limbaugh started, he was anti-New World, which I have to agree with because I used to listen to Rush. But just like AJ, he doesn't mention the Jew, so of course they're gonna like he's gonna like Rush too. But then let me tell y'all a little secret about when Rush Limbaugh changed. Before, man, he used to be like he didn't name the Jew because but you could tell he didn't like Jews until one time he finally went to Jewland. He came back and he said, "I've been changed, man. I've seen the error of my ways." And, basically they threatened him and shit. You know what I'm talking about? And then what do you call it? Immediately afterwards, he gets his own personal rabbi. He's not even fucking Jewish. He's Christian. And and let me explain to you why AJ said it was a couple of weeks ago Rush Limbaugh was is actually anti-New World and he's feeling bad about everything he's doing. Is because Rush Limbaugh was reading an article from a Russian newspaper. I heard this Rush episode myself, and then he said he let it out that the New York bankers financed the Russian Revolution. So and then the AJ, analyzed that within his great analysis skills. That see, Rush Limbaugh is attempting to try to work against the New World Order. He feels bad about what he's doing. Man, fuck you, AJ. Man, what a stupid motherfucker.
There was a point where Rush Limbaugh changed to just reading the tip sheet, the talking points of the Republican Party. There's no opinion that he has of his own. He just reads it off the list.
I know.
And they're paying him more than his actual ratings. They claim that he's the number 2 radio host in America, and it's not based on his actual ratings. And his new the deal that they gave him, all this money, I forgot how much, but it's not based on, it's supposed to be based on merit. This is now based on, like, the Las Vegas system of conspiracy, like what they did to the entertainment industry. It's not based on how many records you sell,
I know. They pay him, like, fucking hundreds of millions of dollars and shit. And, like, what do you call it? Man, he don't fucking deserve it. You're right there. He don't make that much fucking money. But, like, Maggot, man, like, I know as a European, when you see, like, Rush Limbaugh, you think, like, all fucking Americans act like him, don't you?
Yeah, he looks very typical.
I know, like, he's fat. He got a big mouth. What do you call it? He thinks he's right all the time. Basically, he's like the poster child of, like, what everybody in the world thinks an American is.
The ugly American.
Jake. Man, not just that. How about lately, AJ? He was like defending Michael Wiener Savage, the little fucking dirty Jew-kike bastard. Like he said, like, like Michael Wiener. He was talking about putting people in FEMA camps, but now that he got barred from going to England,
he was defending him.
What?
I didn't hear him I heard that same line you're talking about. He wasn't defending him. He was sort of saying, I support that, but not anything else.
Man, that's fucking defending, man. Like, you gotta know fucking AJ, okay, dude? Man, that was a big fucking defense right there. I'm telling you.
This is Michael Wiener, the guy that wrote the gay porn, right?
Yeah, the same one who's become a conservative and shit. And was friends with the people aren't gonna know this. It's gonna be like, because everybody's so fucking stupid. But like, during the 1960s, there was this poet called, what's that motherfucker called? I want to say Lindsberg, but not Lindsberg.
Allen Ginsberg?
Ginsberg. And like him and Michael Wiener Savage were best friends. Very close. Am I fucking lying, dude? KTF, tell me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm lying?
No, I'm saying you're right.
Man, Maggie, you just call me a fucking liar, dude. No.
That Ginsberg had a poem thing called Kaddish. I never knew what that meant. That's another Jewish term.
Oh, that means, what do you call it? Something holy.
Right. I mean, he's throwing that stuff in our face.
I know, man. It's like, it's just, man, this fucking, like, he kisses everybody's ass, but, like, he won't go to, like, the people who do the pure play, like me. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I know, I just fucking called for, Alex Jones being assassinated, but I don't give a fuck. You should still invite me on the show. Let me ask Maggot this. Maggot, honestly, I know there's like fucking 0% possibility of me and you get on the show, but if we got on the show, man, what would you tell Alex Jones?
I wouldn't even get on the show, so I don't know.
No, but that's the thing. That's the thing. He can't handle a true debate. He would never have people he disagrees with on the show unless it's David Icke, who's undeniable, I guess. But neither the fact that he won't have people like you on the show shows there's something wrong.
Now, how about this, man? You just reminded me. When like Webster Tarpley came on, what do you call it? He tried to get Webster Tarpley to talk about reptiloids, and Webster Tarpley told him, like, basically told him, shut the fuck up. I'm not going to fuck up my reputation. Like, you saw that, Maggot?
Yeah, it was kind to him. It was really good, and he was like, "Oh, don't give me that Wiccan bullshit sort of thing." Paraphrasing of him, it was hilarious. Yeah, because it's that's how he works. He works into things, doesn't he, Alex Jones? He'll work people kind of like what do they call it? It's like managing people almost. He'll manage them into certain niches that suits him, and then he could say this sort of person or that sort of person. Then he'll be like, we totally agree on the reptilian concept, with Ike and stuff, and then he'll say that about Tarpley as well, just because he won't violently disagree with him on it.
I know, it's so fucking sad, man. It's like,
it's sort of like confrontational, and you just always, any guest has always got to go right back at him and say, no, you're full of crap, because otherwise he's going to say, well, he didn't disagree with me.
So that means he fucking agreed with you. Maggot, man, I forgot something. You didn't remind me. I actually called Alex Jones for the second time, and this time I didn't call him a motherfucker. Maggot, I know there wasn't any humor value in my phone call, but, I tried disguising my voice. I think did you recognize my voice as soon as you heard me on the radio?
I did.
Oh, you did? But, Maggot, what did you think of my phone call? Just on technique, not on content.
Yeah, it was okay. It was pretty good. You did sound a bit nervous on the phone, or a bit bit
Rivera
slow.
paid you for a plug.
No, because I didn't want to. I was trying to control myself from cussing and call him a motherfucker. I was gonna,
Yeah.
But you know what the antidote to Jones is? Have you ever seen this movie called Facing the Crowd with Lonesome Rhodes? And Jones brought it up the other day, and he didn't remember the name of it. It's called Facing the Crowd, and it shows this sort of country bumpkin. It's Andy Griffith. And like you'll never believe Andy Griffith ever doing Mayberry after you see this.
Oh, I saw that fucking movie. Yeah, I know. He talked about. I actually saw that. Let me explain to the audience. Basically, this what do you call it? Andy Griffith is a bum. He gets but suddenly he becomes like fucking rich. I remember seeing this. I liked him. He was fucking evil. It was good. But like Maggot, man, like I think fucking AJ recognized my voice from the phone call, and like it's kind of isn't it kind of funny? It was like fate. Like the first time I called. It was with Webster Tarpley as a guest, and the second time, again, it was with Webster Tarpley.
Oh, he's on a lot.
It's quite yeah.
Man, you know, like, people were wondering, you know, like, remember this one guy who died under mysterious circumstances, again, being around Alex Jones, like Bill Cooper? His name was Bill Hicks. Maggot, what do you want me to say about Bill Hicks and his relationship with AJ, man?
Well, apparently, one took the sort of routine from the other. All I know really is that after Bill Hicks died, Alex Jones boomed up to be his replacement. I can't even really see it because Alex Jones is totally unfunny.
Oh, definitely. I mean, like, fucking. Did you see that one time when, like, it was after Bill Hicks died, like, they had some kind of a memorial concert, and then, like, Alex Jones came on the stage, and he fucked it up on purpose. He started a fight with the audience members. He really said this. You seen the video where he goes, he points at the guy, said, "I'm gonna come down there, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass."
Yeah, that's the Austin incident. That's when Doug Stanhope, who's another business partner, had him open for him. It wasn't a memorial thing. It was just a Doug Stanhope concert. You know, he's a stand-up.
But you saw it. Maybe you could explain it better than me. And go through like Joe Rogan and Doug Stanhope, all of them, Kevin Booth, to give the whole fucking story. You know a lot more about it than me.
Well, it was the original deal. They all went to high school together. It's Bill Hicks, Joe Rogan, who you know from like News Radio and Fear Factor, and Doug Stanhope, who appears in the Stern Show. He's really funny. And Stanhope has a lot of great material. And then so Bill Hicks dies on them, and Kevin Booth had his whole heart set on, you know, he was the guy making all the videos and that stuff. And so the replacement was a guy who went to high school with them a couple years back, and it was Alex Jones.
Uh-huh. Didn't Alex Jones and Bill Hicks star in a film together? Some sort of like college film?
Ninja Bachelor Party.
That's the one, yeah.
Oh,
and
man.
You barely see Jones, but it's kind of funny. I don't know.
Wait, is that the wait? Didn't Alex Jones do some weird shit with Church of Subgenius? And Alex Jones is supposed to be a fucking Christian. Man,
I don't know about that.
I do. It was like this one. I'm from Texas, and you know, like before the fucking internet became popular, we had to like pass fucking tapes to each other. I remember seeing some fucking tape with like him and Church of Subgenius, one of the original two reverends. I don't remember what the fuck it was. Man, I'm telling you, like. Okay, like, what do you call it? KTF is kind of embarrassed when I ask him, you know, call him super Christian, but, like, man, come on, tell the truth. Like, as a nominal Christian.
Let's go back 1 second. Let's go back 1 second. Did you ever hear Devo appear on the show?
No.
About this Subgenius stuff, Devo dumped the Subgenius group.
Really?
And then they appeared on the Jones show, but Jones wouldn't tell us who it was. And from references, I could tell it was Mark Mothersbaugh.
Ooh.
It was clearly the guys from Devo, but he wouldn't tell you officially who it was.
Let me remind the audience, Devo was like this experimental music group in the 1980s. They were actually pretty fucking good. I liked some of their songs.
Real good.
That's very interesting. What else? You seem to be knowing a lot about AJ. Do you know anything especially embarrassing about him?
Oh, I don't know. I do have the old footage of him water skiing and stuff. I don't know if that's
that
funny.
Fucking sucks. Okay, Maggot, I'm glad we're doing this show because, like, this is only be a preview show of the next episode, which there's two people we're gonna tear up. One of them I can't say right now, but one other person is Alan Watt. Maggot, guess what, man? You know that fucking boring Jew? What's called Marcus Allen with his 7 Jewish minutes guy?
Oh, yeah, the one that I can't even bother listening to 3 Jewish minutes of, yeah.
Yeah, basically, what was I going to say? his latest show, he did an expose on Alan Watt, and guess what, Maggot? He found somebody who actually lived with Alan Watt. I ain't gonna say fucking everything that I found out from listening to that show, but Maggot, did you know that Alan Watt, like, he actually does live in the woods, and he lives on his own trailer, like he's been saying, but he actually has 2 other trailers, one for production of his bullshit material, and the other one is where the, I don't know, fucking slaves live or something, and like, it's so fucked up. And Maggot, that's not the fucked up part. I'm gonna say something that's gonna shock even you. You know that picture of the dog Hamish he always shows?
Hamish! Yes.
The dog, he actually lives with them, even during that time when Hamish was supposed to be alive, because she was there back then. Yeah. That wasn't Hamish. That picture isn't of... He actually... That's not a real picture of Hamish, not even the dead dog. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
He faked it. He faked a picture of his own fucking dog.
Yeah, that's one of the dogs from Blue Peter, I think.
No, man. Maggot, I mean, how sick in the mind do you have to be to, like, you're afraid that somebody will recognize your dog. I mean, shit. I mean, let me... KTF, man, I mean, how much mental illness is this?
It's incredible. I didn't realize exactly what you're talking about. That's really funny.
Man, it's... I don't want to say fucking everything I found out, but like, I'm trying to think, man. There's some other, all of it's fucking gold. I want to like actually listen to it again and write it all down, but like, I'm gonna just give a little message to Alan Watt. Alan Watt, man, the worst fucking mistake you ever did was like turning off our domain. Man, your ass is ours, okay? But I'm really fucking bored with this Alan Watt shit. After this final expose of Alan Watt, unless you like do something really fucking weird, like I don't know, AJ already became like a reptiloid. I don't know what the fuck else you can do. Like maybe
hold on a second.
You can go bring fucking Fomenko on your show and talk about like how I don't know, the Roman Empire didn't exist anymore. Stupid motherfucker.
If you want to hear that truth in 7 minutes about Alan Watt, I made a tiny URL. It's tinyurl.com/WattExpose. WattExpose is one word. That'll get you right to the sound.
Okay.
Man, you gotta understand, people who listen to the show are stupid. It's exposed without the D. Okay, let me spell it for you. WATTEXPOSE. Man, don't ever fucking take this fucking audience in high esteem. That's the worst fucking mistake you make. I mean, like,
well, as long as we're not elite.
What?
As long as we're not elite.
Yeah, I'm a fucking elite. Maggot, man, like, what do you call it? KTF is pissed off at me. He said, like, he don't like it how I always call people 9/11 niggers because, like, people like KTF they got into it after 9/11. Maggot, as a man, you understand where this fucking pride comes from. When you were fucking studying conspiracies, let's not take into account all the shitty people you had to meet. Fuck that. Or how much time you had to put real research by going to the fucking library. Like, when could you ever tell anybody you were a fucking conspiracy theorist back then?
No, not at all. Yeah, it's like you'd probably be better off telling you're a witch.
Or a homosexual, dude. That's what I'm telling you. Man, people don't know how fucking rough it was, okay? Man, that's why you gotta understand, KTF, like, we earned our, like, our bullshitting right now. That's why we can talk, like, all crazy shit about everything and stuff. Wait,
I don't know about you. I'm a conspiracy factualist myself. I mean, if you're a theorist, okay, but I'm a factualist.
Please explain the term.
Well, I'm built on facts. I don't do a lot of speculating.
Okay, that's another thing. Thank you for bringing it up with me. Maggot, as you know, I've been very proud of the fact that the amount of mental illness in the conspiracy community has decreased markedly. But its only reason is because there's a lot of people who call themselves conspiracy theorists when they're not even conspiracy theorists. They're only into fucking politics. Like, 99% of the people who listen to fucking Alex Jones, man. These people aren't fucking...
Oh, yeah.
Like, these people, the only reason they started listening to fucking Coast to Coast is because, like, AJ was a fucking guest on it. Until then, they ain't fucking general conspiracy theorists, man. You know what the fuck I'm talking about? They don't even know, like, all the good websites that we go to and stuff.
Yeah, but there's a whole thing about calling yourself the pejorative term. I mean, you don't refer to yourself as the N-word. I mean, it's... You know what I'm saying?
Then why do you call yourself a Christian?
That's not a pejorative term.
Let me ask Maggot. See, like, Maggot, this proves he ain't no conspiracy theorist. Maggot, wasn't Christian a pejorative term for the pre-Christians? Yes or no, Maggot?
Oh yeah, in the Roman Empire, yeah.
Yeah, that was like,
Yeah.
you know, when back then, when they didn't like you,
Yeah.
and you said, I'm a follower of Christ, they would say, you're a Christian, as like a dirty word. So like,
Yeah, when the fish symbol on them.
Yeah, but good old
Pisces symbol.
Constantine.
what?
Good old Constantine changed that in 3-something.
Okay, now the show's getting boring. We have to think of something better to say. Let me think. I'm looking through I have all these tons of notes. I want to save it for the video show. Like,
You can chuck in the AJ
I'd
call.
like to make an announcement. Waldo is like, his statement is right now that, he had to deal with his cat shitting on the floor. Okay. Now, I said everything he say I was gonna say too, so like, that's his fucking statement right there. Wait, I got something to talk about. Maggot, you started your own YouTube channel.
Oh yeah. It's gone along amazingly. I've already got one comment. It was very nice.
What did the comment say exactly?
No, it was something like, you're a hebepheniac and stuff.
Which means schizophrenic and stuff.
Yeah, it means you're over emotional. It's just like, well, whatever, you know.
I had to defend Maggot, you know, so I replied to that person's comment by saying, you're a nigger, and like, I don't think nobody could come back from that and stuff.
No, I think I retreat back to the United Nations headquarters as you came out of, probably crying and living in a little 3x3 cell.
Man, I don't know why the fuck anybody would take fucking YouTube seriously. It was a joke from the beginning, it's a joke right now, it'll be a joke till the day it dies and shit. Oh, we got a fucking topic, like, what do you call it? Zurvan wants to talk about he don't believe that dinosaurs exist and shit. Like, Zurvan, man, like, why the fuck you talking this crazy shit, man? Like, nobody fucking believes it. Dude, you say, like, dinosaurs don't exist, atomic weapons don't exist, the Earth revolves around the moon. The Earth revolves around... No, the sun revolves around the Earth, now I remember. Come on, man, you gotta defend yourself and stuff.
No, the last few of those, that's straight out of Phelps.
I know, I thought he was Eric John Phelps supporter when I first met him and stuff. Okay,
Phelps says that the sun goes around the Earth.
And he wrote "fuck no." Okay, now fucking explain it, dude. Like how just any one of your 12 bullshit list.
Hovind covered this dinosaur thing.
Oh,
I love Hovind.
Go through it, man.
They're dragons. There's like 20,000 classic stories about dragons. It's not that they lived before us. They're desperate to prove this evolution thing because they want to get rid of God and all that. But the thing is that we as human beings killed all the dragons that were around, and that's who they are. They lived at the same time that we did. That's why Hovind calls himself Dr. Dino.
Okay, but like, could this also be the source of David Icke, Stitchin, and the rest of these crazy motherfuckers talking about reptiloids?
I don't know. Stitchin is just simply a bad translator. He leaves stuff out and all kinds of stuff.
He's a fucking con man. I got a topic I want to talk about that's very near to home with me. Maggot's not going to really understand it because like he's not American, fortunately for him. But the topic of patriotards, which is like the word patriot merged with the word retard. Like, man, these people, they're the worst fucking thing that ever happened to, like, you know, the truth movement and shit. These people, if it wasn't for these fucking idiots, we would have won a long time ago. They believe in so much stupid shit, man. I'm trying to, like, so much fucking... These people are the source of disinfo. They have common traits. They all love the fucking Jew. They think John F. K. was killed because of the Federal Reserve. I'm trying to remember what else. They don't like anything dealing with Iran. Oh, that's a big no-no for them. So much fucking disinfo from these people. Oh, they think the Constitution is a good thing that should be defended. Let me ask you, KTF men, like, you're kind of new to, like, being around conspiracy theorists or factualists, and then, like, what do you call it? Have you actually met any of these patriot-tards in real life?
No.
They're usually Republicans.
Yeah, they're usually former Republicans because they discovered that the neocon situation was Trotskyites.
Yeah, I know, man. But, like, that's only a recent
there is
phenomenon,
no Republican.
man.
What?
That's only, like, a recent phenomenon, dude.
But, no, there is nothing representing actual Republican thought. Like I actually went and got that Barry Goldwater autobiography. And I know he's got Masonic relatives and all that, but at least he that like when who was that guy at the guy with the bow tie? He's younger than I am. Oh man, I'm blanking out. You gotta edit.
Man, fuck him. Okay, let me ask you this, man. Like, what'd you say, Maggot?
Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman. Oh, you mean Pee Wee Herman? Okay. Yeah, I know. Let me say this, like,
there's a guy on MSNBC that interviewed Ron Paul, and he treated him like a space alien. Like he'd never even heard of his positions before.
Man, fuck Ron Paul, that lying Freemasonic son of a bitch. He took our money and he pissed on our faces, dude.
He didn't run for president.
Man, he broke our fucking heart. Maggot, man. I know you don't give a shit about Americans, or especially their politics, but like, you remember that one fucking time that Ron Paul, the dickhead, he went to on fucking that bullshitter, what's it called, Glenn Beck, and he denounced 9/11 truth. He said, like, no, man, the Arabs, they brought down the fucking building. Man, there ain't no fucking thing such as thermite. Did you see that particular video?
I think I did. I heard enough about it anyway, and it was like it was all the patriotards or whatever had funded him, you know, up to that point to get on that show in order to say 9/11 was an inside job or some other one of their catchphrases, and then they basically took that money and just basically, you know, stuck up his ass.
This is another problem with Alex Jones. Ron Paul is like more than a half of the Matrix of Evil movie. I mean, it's a speech by Ron Paul in that movie. And so now when Ron Paul comes out and says things like, well, if you really love me, then you won't talk about this. I mean, he's denying that he was even in the movie. And then Jones is such a company man that he won't mention that.
I know, man. This fucking Ron Paul. Like, I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Like, all you people who like suck Ron Paul's dick. Like, I know, Mac. They would do it, man. I'm not joking. You don't know these fucking Ron Paul types. If Ron Paul was standing in front of them and pulled it out, and he said, "Get on your knees," they would do it like that. Okay, let me ask y'all a question.
They wouldn't even need to be asked.
But that's the same mentality of where they want to stick with the Republican Party because they have a possibility of winning. You know what I mean? Vote for the lesser of two evils. They do the same thing now with Ron Paul. If the guy did sprout wings on TV and whatever, they would still vote for him. I mean, it wouldn't matter what he did because they think they're going to stick with the one guy no matter what he says. So when he denounces 9/11 truth, they denounce 9/11 truth.
Man, let me ask these morons a question. Okay, morons, Ron Paul supporters. Okay, you're gonna pretend like Ron Paul actually succeeds, and like he gets like, let's say he becomes president of the United States. He don't believe in 9/11 truth. With most of y'all, you do know it's the truth about it. You know, even though you don't go all the way say it's a Jew job, but like you know, he ain't gonna like what do you call it? He's gonna take down Federal Reserve, but he's definitely not gonna change the political system. Like KTF, man, you know this. Like you heard Ron Paul shit, like me, man. Like he ain't gonna like rock the boat. He's gonna keep everything status quo, or worse, he's gonna be like more constitution based, and he's gonna go back to, instead of like getting a good constitution, he's gonna try to bring it back like United States to right before 1913, where the Federal Reserve was created.
I mean, imagine Ron Paul got elected. Everybody else in the White House is one of those zombies from Night of the Living Dead going, world government, world government. I mean, he would be the single guy who would want to stop that. How would he do that? I mean, the entire State Department is all Israel and all that. It would have to be a whole lot of people getting in there at once. You know, he'd be by himself. It would literally Night of the Living Dead.
Okay, you know what? What do you call it? Mr. Waldo here, which I gotta thank you, dude. You just reminded me about something. Maggot, man, like, there's something about Ron Paul that you definitely know about. Hey, man, Ron Paul recently had an interview with a certain someone. And during this said interview, this guy put his butt, pull his dick out in front of Ron Paul. Would you mind going through the whole story?
I don't know anything about it.
No, it was Borat, dude. Remember? Okay, let me tell you what happened. You know that Jew who was like Borat? He has a new character called Bruno, which is a gay guy. And then he set up an interview with Ron Paul, and during the interview was in they were by themselves in a little room. He started like turning on soft music. He started bring some food for him, and then like, no, I'm not joking, Maggie. You got to hear this. And then like he started giving Ron Paul the eye. I ain't fucking Maggie. You may have not seen the video, but you heard about this. And then like basically he started taking off his clothes and he's about to like start fucking Ron Paul in the ass. Like KTF, what are your opinions of this particular episode?
I haven't seen that, but they get these crazy interviews by trading on HBO's name and Channel 4's name in England. That's how they actually got, like, Boutros Ghali to be interviewed by Ali G. And then they don't know what's going to happen until he gets in there.
Man, who gives a fuck about that? What do you think about Ron Paul, like, being a subject of a homosexual rape?
Didn't the rest of his party all get jealous about it as well?
It is awful funny.
They wanted to fuck Ron Paul's ass.
I gotta say something real quick. Waldo, who's a Turkish guy, he wants me to remind people that Bruno, Ali G, Borat, he's actually the guy, Sacha Cohen, he's actually half Iranian Jew. Okay, there, you got your fucking message out. But like,
he's also the guy that walked in front of a completely white audience and sang "Throw the Jew Down the Well" as a Kazakhstan guy.
Which I love that fucking. I sing that song when I'm outside and shit. I don't give a damn. But I'm a shock.
Jewish. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't have gone and done that. It wouldn't be ironic then. It was only ironic because he tricked them.
Man, you're taking this shit too fucking seriously. Let me tell y'all something about me. When I'm really happy, you know what song I sing? I sing Hava Nagila shit.
Our national anthem?
Yeah, Hava Nagila, Hava Nagila, Hava. That's when you know Joe Blow is really fucking happy and shit.
Well, you're supposed to put your hand over your heart and salute our flag, right?
Hell no, man.
Obama changed everything. Yes, we can.
Hey, let's ask Maggot, man. Like, now that America has the first black president, when are you gonna have the first black prime minister?
We haven't got even anybody in the running for that.
No, but
6% black, just like we did. He's only 6%.
Yeah, Maggot, don't you feel? Don't y'all want a black prime minister and shit? Like, can you imagine prime minister's questions with a black guy? Because they always give that's the best fucking thing on English television. But the kind of answers he would give. He would Mr. Speaker, I'd like to know how the prime minister helps to fix the healthcare for all the good common people in Cheltenham. And then the black prime minister would tell him hey man, you know what? You can shut the fuck up. Okay, now your fucking business. I got it under control, motherfucker.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be an American, too. He'd still be English. Muhammad Rafiq. I mean, if that guy hasn't lost his entire culture, I mean, that's kind of scary.
What do you mean?
I mean, you ever see they show those guys from India, they read for the BBC and they've completely lost their culture. I mean, I guess they look like they're Indian, but they sound like they're from, Cambridge.
I had to break this to you, man. Muhammad Rafiq, he was born an Englishman. He wasn't a...
I'm sure there's no possible way. I mean...
dude, have you listened how I talk? I showed fucking pictures. All y'all know I ain't white, okay? Y'all ever see me? What do you call it? You can become Muslim, right?
Oh, so he's a convert? Like Timothy Ware.
We prefer the term revert, actually. But, Timothy Ware... Yeah, we're gonna that.
So that guy's an Englishman who converted.
You have to explain to them. They ain't probably heard my other show. Tell them about Timothy Ware, how his New World Order, how he tried, and some of his latest antics.
He teaches at Oxford, trains Rhodes Scholars, and he took over the Greek Orthodox Church and inverted the whole thing back the other way.
But recently, the Anglican Church has big controversy about having faggots become priests. And this guy, he said yeah, we should do the same thing in the Orthodox Church.
Well, see, what set back Timothy Ware at first was in his book he had made the deal to connect the Orthodox Church to the Anglican Church. They were gonna, get rid of the Anglican Church and make it Orthodox. And then they opened up the homosexual door, and so it blew the whole deal.
Man, they gotta close that fucking door and push all those motherfuckers back in the fucking closet and shit.
Because the Greeks lost their mind, and then they were starting to say that Ware is an outsider, Ware isn't even Greek, what's the deal? And so that's when they came up with Zambellis to put in the Rhodes Scholar.
Oh, what do you call it? Finally, what do you call it? Zurvan has a good comment. He says this Timothy Ware, he's probably a fucking Jew. I agree with you, Zervon, man. This only fucking Jew pretends to be other religions and shit. Nobody else pulls this shit except for them. But Maggot, man, let me ask you, what is your opinion of the state of the conspiracy community at the present moment? Are you pleased, or is there anything that's distressing you? You must like it. There's a lot more people than there were before.
It's different. There's interesting patches in it, but I think the bulk of it is pretty much dead anyway. It was dead to start with, and that's hopefully become increasingly obvious. But I suppose the fringes are still interesting. I'm not so much interested in the whole political stuff.
I know, Maggot. That's what I was talking about, man. All these people, they consider some conspiracy theorists. They ain't no fucking conspiracy theorists. They always talk about fucking politics all the time. Ain't nothing fucking interesting in what they're saying.
Yeah.
Politics. I find it fucking boring as hell. Man.
Yeah, it's like discussing soccer all day or something. It's just really boring. Doesn't really achieve anything. If you haven't even got to the point where you think they're all working for the same side, or they're all working for a larger organisation, then you haven't really played far at all.
That's what I'm saying. These people aren't conspiracy theorists, man. Everybody, I'll say even Joe Blow went through his black poker phase. Until you've gone through your black poker phase and never talk about it, that's when you know you're a conspiracy theorist and shit. But what do you call it? Waldo has a statement he wants to make. He says the phrase "conspiracy theorist" was made to make them look nutty. Man, we already talk about that shit, man. You weren't fucking paying. Oh, you got disconnected. I forgot. We already addressed that subject.
But see, I have several theories on this, and they all kind of conflict. You could say that there was a desperation before when people didn't quite believe you. So there was a desperation to get the message out there no matter what. And see, now I find out in the real world that people do know about this, and they're ready to just take discs, and boy, they want to watch them, and you're not fighting with people now. So then you got to think, well, then we've hit critical mass. And I think we hit critical mass in 2005, but the desperation is gone. Because people know about this stuff.
I don't know, man. Maggot, man, I kind of liked it the old days. When we used to talk shit in public and nobody knew what the fuck we were talking about. Man, I can't talk about anything, or I hear somebody walking by, interrupt my conversation and stuff,
That's it, yeah. With their ears all humming, and then 2 seconds later you hear that, and then you can get the lingo as well, the little code they talk, and they will never say you by your name. You've always got some sort of code name based on what your parents says or something like that. It's really annoying.
Oh, wait. Dude, man, Waldo gave a good suggestion. What do you call it? No, not Waldo. Man, that don't make no fucking sense, dude. But what do you call it? No, Zervon gave a good statement. Maggot, he says we need new conspiracy theories. Maggot, why don't you make up some new conspiracy theory? I told you before, we should do a show where you're an Illuminati insider and shit. You know what I'm talking about? A la Leo Zagami?
Oh, no! Yeah, I can't rap like Keith.
Will he have to cry during it?
What'd you say?
Will he have to cry during it?
Yeah, oh, my boy!
But they kept it from me. I only want to strangle him.
Man, what if it's kind of funny, Leo Zagami, he went to fucking Japan, and then you hear nothing about him anymore. I think this is very unusual for Leo Zagami. Basically, what happened was, because I know his ass, I've spoken to him, this guy, he fucked up. He had one of his episodes, because he's a real fucking schizophrenic, and he's in his hotel room crying because he ain't got no fucking money anymore, and everything Japan is really expensive, so he's basically, I'm guessing, walking the streets I don't know, being a homosexual gigolo or something. I don't know, man.
Italian my teenager and treat me like this. I don't find it.
Man, I say this man, Leo, man, I'll give you some fucking advice and shit. Go take your stupid ass to the fucking Italian embassy, and you go tell them hey man, I ain't got no fucking return ticket. I want to get the fuck out of here and shit. You know, like I mean, like I said, Maggot, he's into anime, but like you know, Japanese cartoons. But like fucking Leo Zagami, well, he ain't got nothing to do for fun there and stuff. You know, he ain't gonna fucking appreciate Japan.
Well, he's still you. He could do live sex acts.
That's what I'm saying,
lots
man.
of money. live sex acts. Leo Zagami performs on stage with a lion.
man, Leo Zagami, man. Like, finally, it's been so many fucking years. Everybody said this is the last we're gonna hear from Leo Zagami. I have a feeling this is gonna be the very last fucking thing you did, and I'm fucking glad. Oh, what you're saying? You got something to say, KTF?
No, I just think Fulford brought him over there, so he's probably staying with Fulford. You know, kind of like a pro-think Mark couch situation.
Really? So, because you know, like Fulford, he's a rich guy, and you know, rich people, they're always like cheap bastards and stuff. So, like, I think you're right. He wouldn't spring for a hotel room. He probably is staying with, you know, he probably got into a fight with Benjamin Fulford, and like, you know how fucking, you know, uncomfortable it is. You go to another country and you get a fight, and then like, you can't fucking leave that guy's house. So like, he's probably like, he does leave like for most of the day, and just comes back when Benjamin Fulford's right about to go to sleep and shit, and just like counting the days off until he goes back to a little insane asylum in Italy and stuff.
No, I don't think there's any kind of facility for him to go back to. I mean, the Italian embassy is going to fly him home? I don't think so.
Fuck him, man. I don't give a shit about Leo Zagami. But, Maggot, what you want?
Just do live sex acts together. And that's the only time they talk to each other.
Oh, man. One thing I'll give Leo Zagami, I know he's on top. Because, like, you know, this Benjamin Fulford, he looks like he takes it up the butt and stuff.
Benjamin Fulford's got that sort of Alex Jones physique. So, yeah, it's definitely one of those.
I know. Oh, fuck, dude. We didn't talk about the most important subject we could have talked about. Okay, yes, there's a very important subject we're going to end the show with. We dedicate the show to Michael Jackson. Even though I'm going to prove to you how it deals with conspiracies. Okay, like, I want you to put 2 plus 2 together and see it equals Jew. Okay, like, I'm not joking, Maggot. Okay, like, Michael Jackson, he was fucked up, right? He was like 50, but he still had like lots of years left in him. He owed like $500 million, like $500 million. And you know how fucking Jews are. They saw him, they said like, we ain't gonna get our fucking money back unless he dies. Cause like, Maggot, you into music, like when someone fucking dies, that's when they're fucking. Everybody wants their fucking. That's happening right now. Everybody's trying to grab as much Michael Jackson shit as possible.
Yeah, you get all the royalty rights and all that sort of crap off them, and you don't have to put up with the old pop star syndrome. You know, because you got like, there's nobody to worry about. There's nobody worrying about. You've got to keep supplying drugs and stuff, so you just get loads of money off a dead person.
But would you say it like what I'm talking about? So you do believe that Michael Jackson was assassinated for the money, you know, to pay off all his hundreds of millions of dollars of debts?
I thought of the insurance angle, but I think you're right about the new sales angle too.
Zervan thinks the Jews killed him in order to take attention from the failed Green Revolution in Iran. They didn't do it because of that. I don't think so, man.
They need distraction issues, and he always was one for them.
If they were going to do distraction issue, they were going to do it for the fucked up world economy, not for Iran.
Okay, but
it'd be global.
Yeah, Maggot, what do you think about this second theory that because of the world economy, they've been bringing up all these bullshit stories to hide the fact that like we're about to go into neo-serfdom? What do you think about that?
That's quite likely. Because it's not just Michael Jackson died this week. Somebody called Farrah Fawcett died. She was an actress in Charlie's Angels. Somebody McMahon, MCMAHON died. He was quite a big celebrity, apparently. And so Philadelphian radio DJ died as well for them in the same week. So it's like it seems to be like suiting somebody's plans to have these people drop down dead. So it's going to be like maybe get rid of the old to bring in the new, or the alternative is that their plans are failing. But that's just so much truth and bullshit, really.
I know. I mean, it's just more of the fucking same as usual. Like, what do you call it? KTF, man. I gotta explain to the international audience that listens. One of the 3 people who died was Ed McMahon. Like, Ed McMahon, they have this kind of sweepstakes, was basically a nationwide lottery, where if you get, like, you mail in some shit and you usually have to buy some books, and then, like, he'll come to your house with this big-ass check and give you, like, $1 million fucking dollars and stuff. That's how everybody knew him. He was also a co-host on this other TV show called The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. None of y'all are gonna fucking remember it, but just remember, he used to give people money. That's why all people are, like, sad, because ain't nobody gonna come to their fucking house, especially in this fucked up Jew economy that's ruined right now. But, like, KTF, man, isn't it kind of... There's one thing in American culture we always talk about, that supposedly celebrities always die in threes. Would this not confirm that fact?
Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix, and Janis Joplin, that's a classic one. But I think they desperately, I think that their flu bombed. That's why they took down the Jones Channel, because he explains the flu correctly. And I think that like, they need a really big OJ trial. You know what I mean? That was the biggest distraction they ever had. That was fantastic. Because, I mean, he didn't even do it. You know what I mean?
Okay. I gotta remember something. Maggot, did we talk about David Carradine last week? We didn't talk about him, did we?
We didn't mention him, no.
Okay, we're going to do this. Okay, for the very last topic, we're going to talk about dead people, dead celebrities. We're going to talk about David Carradine. I got some background info. Okay, like, you remember that movie Blood In, Blood Out? And there was that one white guy who was one of the 3 Mexicans, but he was, like, white. His name is Damian Chiapas. He makes his own fucking movies now, and, like, he's a super Christian, and, like, he names the Jew. He's gonna expose the Jew Hollywood, and then, like, one of the people, not just that specifically, conspiracies, the kind of like me and Maggot, like, and then, like, what do you call it? I gotta thank you. It was Waldo who gave up the suggestion about talking David Carradine, and then, like, what do you call it? So, like, David Carradine was started production on a movie with Damian Chiapas. That's why, and not just that, his father, guess which organization his father was in, Maggot? OTO.
Alright.
And
the Ordo Templi Orientis.
Yep. The big-ass satanic organization. Maggot, in your professional opinion as a conspiracy theorist, what do you think this what theory do you think, like, who killed David Carradine, in your opinion?
David Carradine had a death wish most of his life. He tried to commit suicide from the age of 5, I think. He's always been a sort of bit of an oddball character. And the characters he portrays in movies have always been a bit oddball. Wasn't he in Kill Bill as well? Wasn't he the one they were supposed to kill?
Yes, exactly. But, like, do you remember how David Carradine died recently?
Self-asphyxiation, go around his genitals and around his neck, and he was hung from a closet, and apparently he did it all by himself.
Which is
fucking autoerotic asphyxiation.
But did you see the pictures, KTF? Man, that was fucking impossible for one man to do.
Well, they of course, I mean, I'm sure intelligence agents got them. I mean, that's what they tend to do. They want to get you in the most embarrassing way, and autoerotic asphyxiation is number 1 on the embarrassing chart.
I'll say this right now.
Yeah.
You know what convinced it for me? The family. Because when the family said, like, we don't believe this shit, we want private investigators, we want the FBI involved, because this occurred in Thailand, which I don't know how the fuck the U.S. government can, like, influence another country. That don't make fucking sense to me. But, like, still, like...
They influence every other country.
Yeah, I know. American bullies. But, like, what are you talking about? Like, that proves to me, because, like, the family, they know that this guy better than everybody else, and, like, if they're willing to stay, usually if he had really a fucked up reputation, they would try to hide this, be really fucking quiet. But since they're, like, being so bold, this proves, like, man, this guy, he may be, his dad was in the OTO, like, Satanism, but, like, you know, like, they know, like, he didn't go out this way, you know what I'm talking about, man? Like, I say it right now, man, the Jew, they know the time is up, and, like, the Jew would do anything to, like, cover his tracks right now. And I see the Jew's fingerprints on it. We can't see it right now, but, like, somehow, some way, I think, like, Damian Chiapas, he's gonna, like, figure it out for everybody. Well, I think we've had, like, a pretty good show today, and I'd like to thank you, Maggot, for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I'd like to thank you, KTF.
Good.
What? That was not very happy.
That's even worse than my one.
I know, it's kind of fucking depressing.
I think I was English in a former life. I'm real reticent.
And I like to thank Waldo. He runs his own tracker, which is at cybersage.net, which is CYBERSAGE.net. So, like, they have lots of backups from Conspiracy Central there. And then, like, Zurvan, he's like, he's just another fucking Iranian who lives in Sweden like me. So, like, I want to thank you, Zurvan. And then, like, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Joe Blow Conspiracy Show. And Khoda Hafiz. See you guys. Bye-bye. See you guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Do I get to sing the ending?
Hell no.
وقتی برات نخواهد